What's up, guys? I am out today thrifting in Bentonville, Arkansas. Got about 3 stores to hit up, and I just actually left one store. I got some really good heaters in there that I'm going to show you when I get home, but paid $84, got about 15 items, and got some really good scores. So I'll go over that at home. I have a special guest today that I want to show you. So I got my dad riding with me.
Hey, I found golf clubs for the grandkids, short ones.
So we're all scoring big today, so finding the deals. So we're tagging along. He's seeing what I'm doing here on my thrift store sourcing days, and we're having fun. So we'll hit up a couple more stores and see you for now. Give you a little preview on some items that I found. Harley Davidson sweater, fleece vest. There's another item. Hook to it, FootJoy polo. Got some bats. I've never sold bats before, so feel free to comment if you have. But got 5 for $3 each. I'm just gonna lot them together and try and sell them for like 50 locally, maybe more. This is a common find. Territory ahead. Large, not a bad size. Color is okay. Paying $5 for the shirt. Should get at least 20 to 25. Check this out though. John Michael Montgomery, 1993. Just went to the second, not a Goodwill, but thrift store here. It was okay. It wasn't as good as that first one was. I showed you a couple items that I got. So yeah, overall over 2 stores, probably picked up 20, maybe 25 to 30 items. Paid so far 85 and then 75, so 160 at 2 stores. Finding out that prices here are really good. So that Goodwill that we went to this morning, it was like every item was just a standard price. They didn't discriminate on brand, which is perfect. Because then someone like me comes in and finds all the good stuff and then pays low price. So we are gonna go on to one more store, grab some lunch, and then we may be done for the day. Onward to the next store. All right, I'm at the Salvation Army. We are about to go in. Doesn't look too good, too promising. There it is back there. Looks kind of small, but maybe it goes deep, and let's hope they got some good stuff here, and then try and get some footage for you, and we're gonna call it a day after this one. So last one today. This place is massive. Green clothes, $1. That's what I want to look at right there. See what we find. All right, got a little preview from that last store. I took a little bit of footage, but not much. So I found these on the way out. Fat Babies, Ariat, great brand. Still has a sticker on the bottom. It says 40, but I offered her 30, and she said she's had them a while, so she took it. Those boots I should get, they're women's, size 6, kind of on the smaller end, but they'll still sell. Should get around $80 to $90 for those. I actually sold some Ariat Fat Babies for that not too long ago. Found this, but as I walked in, it said L men's clothing is 40% off, so brings that down to about $18. Definitely do that. Should get over 50 for that. 3XL, great size Harley. Nothing on the back, so we'll see. I'll throw that back here, see what we can find. So we ended up going to another store over here, the Samaritan shop in Rogers, but that's what I ended up with. I got about, 8, 9 bags in there, 4 shops, spent probably close to $300 total on those 4 stores. Hit my goal today of finding close to like 50 items, so I got some really awesome smoking stuff that I'm probably gonna show you those items when I get home, just off to lunch and then home for the day. What are we eating, Dad?
We're eating at Raising Cane after a successful day of bargain shopping.
That's right. Always reward yourself on the road with some food. Otherwise, it gets pretty ugly in the stores. Raising Cane's first time for me, so looks pretty good. The line is long. That's a good sign. And I know I didn't tell you guys this, but maybe I did earlier. Sometimes I repeat myself. My goal was, my dad was asking me before we started, what's my goal for today? And I wasn't sure how this first run was gonna be, just because I've only gone to a few stores here. This was kind of my first full day going to a thrift store. And I'd say I did pretty good. So we did 4 stores. We ended up finding one more close to the last one. And I showed all the haul earlier, but my goal was 50 items. And so I think I did that, or at least got really close if I didn't go over. And I got some really good home runs. And it's just what I needed, to get some home runs and some items that sell for close to $100. And I think I found a few of those items that sell for close to 100. So yeah, pretty exciting day. I'm encouraged. This definitely helps me feel good about future thrift haul sourcing trips here in Arkansas. So there's another picture of everything on the ground, but here's the item that I'm taking a chance on today. And I don't really think it's a bad chance, but I paid $3 for 4 of those and 2 for 1. So $14 total for 5 bats. They're all like Easton, or there's a TPX. Rawlings. So 5 bats. I'm not sure the best way to sell bats. Maybe you guys will know this, but I was honestly thinking about lotting them together. I know they're different sizes, but I may lot them together just in case there's a coach out there looking for some bats for a baseball team. Try and sell them locally. That was the whole idea, sell them locally. I'm hoping to get $50 and up for all 5 of those, because if I sell them individually on eBay, they go for about 15 to 20 each. So cut someone a deal, $10 a piece, $12 a piece, and call it good. Nori. Come here, Norris. Come here. Oh, yeah. You been sleeping today? Nori, say hi. Well, as promised, here I am. I'm at my house now. I have purchased all the things that at those 4 stores, and I want to show you what I got. Now, I'm not going to show you everything just because I did get quite a bit, and some of these items just aren't that exciting. There are more items that I just buy to sell to make 10 bucks or 15. But I did get some really awesome finds, and really excited about it, especially as my first official full day thrifting. I am stoked to go back to some of those shops and get some more goods. But let's show you what I got for now, and tell you what I think I can get on it for some of these items. First item up, I'm not a huge vintage t-shirt person. Not that I won't pick them up, because I have sold some in the past, but it's just hard for me sometimes to find good t-shirts for the amount of time you spend looking through the section. But man, I came across some really good ones today, and I'm gonna save a really awesome vintage t-shirt find for the end of this video, so it'll be the last item because it was definitely the pickup of the day. So this first one, though, was a vintage 1993, I believe. Most of the time with these vintage tees, you can find, it will say right there on one of the side of the graphics, and that says 1993, John Michael Montgomery. I looked this up. I actually just grabbed it just because I thought it was awesome. It's a vintage tee from the 1994 tour, and I grabbed it thinking it would make or sell for more than what I'm actually going to get, and it'll go for 15 or 20. I paid $3 for this t-shirt, but you know, lightweight, first class, pocket $10 profit if it sells for $17 to $20. But who knows? I may look up some more comps and see if that $15 to $20 comp was accurate, and maybe there's some more in there that sold for more. This next item up was a Harley Davidson item, and even when I picked it up, my dad was like, ooh, that's a good one. So he knew as well as me that the Harley Davidson tag is amazing. This is just like a fleece sweater, but this one, Harley Davidson embroidered fleece sweater. Large isn't bad, but this should go for close to, I would say, $30 to $35 for this item. It does have on the back, and usually with Harley Davidson gear, you'll find like a specific store or logo, and that one has a logo for a place in Iowa. Because it's on the back, that's not a huge deal. I mean, what you're gonna see first is that awesome Harley graphic. So this should still sell for quite a bit. Now, I do wanna say with that, Harley Davidson is an amazing brand, but if you come across the t-shirts, there are many t-shirts that don't sell for that much. So if you're gonna get it for like a quarter, you may be okay, but I wouldn't pay $5 for a Harley t-shirt, especially the ones that have like I said, the specific state or city on it. There may be some exceptions to that if you're finding like a vintage Harley Davidson t-shirt, but if you're just finding the standard run-of-the-mill like graphic tees, you're really not going to get much, and I don't pick those up anymore, although I used to. So Harley Davidson for the win. Let's go on to the next item. This next item, because of the size and for what it is, the color is not bad, purple. I mean, it's not the best color, but it's got the horse logo on the front. If you haven't guessed it yet, it's a Polo Ralph Lauren. Pretty easy one on this. And this is in excellent condition. This next shirt was the first thing I saw in the first store that we went to, and this is a brand that I've only found maybe one other of these shirts, and this is Rock Revival. Not to be confused with Rock Republic, which every time I see it, I'm like double take, and like, no, not Rock Republic. Rock Revival. Tag looks like this. So that's the tag, and this shirt is fire. I mean, look at that thing. It's got the embroidered logo on the back. This is kind of what you would see on the back of jean pockets, like for men and women. And it's embroidered on the front as well. One, it will sell really fast, and two, I will get in the 30s for this easy. It's in excellent condition. I would say $35 to $40 for this shirt right here. The other great thing about this is it is an XL, so good score there, and let's move on to the next one. Now for these next three items, I'm going to kind of show them in a bundle because they're all the same brand, same style of jeans. Let's see if you can figure out, we'll play a game on this one. Can you figure out what these are from just the pockets? So if you don't know this brand and this style, this is 7 for All Mankind, and this is the Dojo, D-O-J-O. And if anytime you see this 7 on the pocket, grab it. And these were $10 to $15 a piece. I had to think about it for a second because it is kind of expensive for a pair of jeans, but Dojos go for the 40s and they sell fast. I hardly ever find these. I've maybe sold 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 in my reselling history, but I got 3 today. So I paid around $30 for all 3 of these, and I should get a minimum of $40 for each one of these. So there's the first one, there's the second pair, and there's the third. Now honestly, if I had to guess, I'm going to say this third one is probably going to sell the fastest. It is a larger size and it's a darker wash, and this like brighter 7 on the Dojos sell really well. Huge score on 7 for All Mankind Dojos, and these are all at the first store, which was amazing. This was a huge haul. Next up is an item that doesn't get me too excited, but it is new with tags, and it's Gap. Just some army green like men's casual pants. I think I paid $4 for these, and these should sell for around $25 to $30 depending on how long I want to wait on them. But to go from a $4 purchase into a $25 or $30, which is close to 7 times my money, that is an awesome scoop and score. Another item up is a brand you've seen me talk about before, Mountain Hardwear. This is a like cotton flannel shirt. Brown, it's maybe a little older, but this still will sell, and I should get easy $25 for this, but I'm gonna hold out for closer to 30. I think if I list it in the high 30s and then take a best offer around 30, that would be great. Do you ever have this happen where you're at a store and you're like, I feel like, and a brand just pops in your head, I feel like I'm gonna find this brand today. And I had this, within 10 minutes I found the brand. And this isn't a brand that I find quite often. I've talked about it before, but the brand is Untuck It. These dress shirts sell really well. And this one, even though it's a smaller size, oh, actually it is a large. It looks smaller because it's a slim fit, but it's just a blue dress shirt. It's like a polyester stretch fabric, which is great. Sorry, I said polyester. It's actually nylon and spandex, but still, because it's not cotton and it's nylon, this will sell great. I should expect in the 30s for this. So probably list it close to 40, take offers from 30 up. And I do want to say, now that I'm thinking about it, if you do find any of these items that you like and you'd like to purchase one from me specifically, let me know, because I could be willing to cut you a deal if you want to, if you see something you like and you just want to PayPal me some money, I will send it to you and get it your way. So you can comment in the comments of this video below, or you can also send me an Instagram DM at, my handle is at The Real Jason Hayes, all one word, so The Real Jason Hayes. This next item up I've not really purchased much at all, and I don't know if I've ever talked about it in a video, but is a Jack Wolfskin. Jack Wolfskin is not known as much anymore. It's more of, I would say, a brand in the 90s. It was an outdoor gear brand. I don't see it here very often. but I know that back in the 90s, I would see it around outdoor stores. And the tag looks like that. Jack Wolfskin, you can tell by the tag, this is a vintage shirt. It's just a button up. Honestly, I thought about this, but this store was so cheap that it was easy to make decisions to actually buy stuff rather than put it back. And because my inventory is low, I am trying to stock up a little bit. So I figured for this shirt, I should get in the low 20s. At the very minimum, I'll get 20, but I'm really hoping to get 25, probably listed around 30. This next item up, nothing crazy about this because it was half price. I picked it up and it's a Gap sweater. It's got these cool pockets and it is a wool blend. It's what I look for. If this had not been a wool blend, I probably would not have picked it up because it was Gap. So there are certain brands that I'm looking for specific things, and I've talked about this in other videos, so I don't want to hammer it, but wool blend sweater, list in the 30s and take a best offer, probably a minimum of 30. One thing you want to do with sweaters is always check for holes, because there have been many times when I've gotten home and there will be holes, especially fabric like this. If it's in a storage or it's in a closet and a moth gets in there, it could chew a hole anywhere on this item. So I always do a really quick glance just to check it out and make sure that it is in good condition with no holes. All right, I've got 3 more items for you, and then I'm going to call it a day today on the items that I picked up. This next item is a non-clothing item, and I found this, and it was $5, $4.95, and I believe it's a women's Rawlings softball glove. Look these up; these sell for about $25 to $30. Condition's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just obviously been used. So item like this, it may be £1 or less, but if it's not, I'll put it in a padded flat rate for $7.52 and ship it out, and should make $10 profit on this item. Baseball gloves are great, especially because we're in the middle of summer, and with fall approaching, there's always going to be people looking for baseball gloves for leagues or for their kids or things like that. They don't want to buy a baseball glove for 40 or $50. They'd rather just pay 25 and get it used. This next item is also a non-clothing item that I found at that same thrift store. This brand is excellent. I didn't even look it up because I just know this brand. I've sold a couple of these bags. This is a smaller bag than typically what they're known for, but Timbuktu. And the logo looks like that. This is just your typical like waist. I wanted to say messenger bag, but it actually looks like it's a waist strap. And you could put a laptop in here, or if you're going on a hike or something. Timbuktu is an excellent brand, and if you buy a Timbuktu brand new, you're looking at $50 and up. And this one, because it is in excellent condition, I'm going to sell it as light new. So I should expect to get somewhere in the like 30s range for this. I would ship this in a like flatter priority mail box, and it should go pretty easy, probably 2 pounds. So it shouldn't be too expensive. Now the last item, are you all ready for this amazing heater that I found at the first Goodwill? I couldn't believe that I found it, but it's a vintage t-shirt. I want to show it to you because, like I said at the very beginning, I don't find vintage tees very often, and when I saw this, I was like, money! Let me show you what I got. So this is a vintage, it's a 1999. And you can see right there, 1999. The tag is giant. I looked this up in the store. The comps on this, there were 3 that sold recently that I had seen. Red Hot Chili Peppers. And the back of it has a Californication graphic. This shirt is fire. And there were 3 sold comps. The lowest one was $40 plus $5 shipping. The next one up was $60 plus $5 shipping, and the third one was $120 plus $5 shipping. So I'm not sure why those 2 others sold for on the lower end when there was one that definitely sold for $130. But I'm gonna aim high on this one. It looks to be in great condition. I don't see any holes on it, but honestly, this shirt is great. So I'm gonna list this and see where it goes. It may take a little bit to sell, but I know with vintage tees, you're waiting for the right buyer. I've sold a couple other tees. I had a Pantera long sleeve tee that I sold for $60. It took me like 5 months to sell. I had a vintage early 90s Slayer, the band Slayer, graphic tee that I paid $1 for, and I sold that for $100, and I had to wait a little bit. Not everyone wants to pay $100 for a t-shirt, but there is someone that will. And with Red Hot Chili Peppers, that is a great band. It's a red hot band. It has a lot of demand and interest, so we'll see where it goes. If you're interested in that, DM me. Don't lowball offer me. Yeah, I'll see where it goes, and then maybe it'll be in a future What Sold video. So that's going to be it on the thrift haul today. I hope you enjoyed my dad tagging along. It was fun for me. It's the first time we've gotten to do this since now we live close together. So thanks, Dad, if you're watching, for tagging along today and seeing what I do. That was a lot of fun. I do want to give you a quick update on a few other things that have been happening with me that are exciting news. We've had some really cool things happen. I've had some frustrating things happen in the business, and I want to share those with you. So as is my custom, I'll start with the bad and then work my way towards the good, because that's just how you roll, I guess. But bad things, I've had 2 cases recently that I'm just dumbfounded, because this has never happened to me before. I'm on 4 to 5 years of reselling on eBay as a side hustle / full-time. I've never had this happen, but USPS lost a package, and not 1 package, but 2 packages. And this all happened in the last month. And like I said, I've never had this happen before. I've had things where they were tried to deliver and they came back. I had an item that I sent out. They sent it back because it was the wrong address. I reached out to the guy and he never responded, never got the jacket. I don't know what happened to him. And those were all fine because I at least got the item back and I could then resend it or resell it. But with this, I've had 2 packages that have been lost, and I don't understand how that happened. I had a pair of Columbia shorts. They were new with tags. I sold them for close to $36. I sent them off the same day as they sold. And I had, because they were under £1, I sent them first class. If you don't know, first class does not give you insurance, which is a bummer. You have to order priority mail in order to get that $50 or $100 insurance. And so I sent this off, didn't think another thing about it, just because I've always had success shipping items. And buyer messages me late June. So I think he ordered these the 12th. I sent them off, and on June 27th, he reaches out. Now that's 2 weeks, and he's like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but those shorts haven't delivered yet. And he was in Georgia. They according to the tracking, they said they had been sitting in a facility in Georgia waiting for a scan. And so I thought, okay, at some point someone's going to pick up the package and scan it, send it to him, or send it back to me. No problem. Reached out to the buyer. I let him know, I'm really sorry. I'm going to take care of you. So let's just see if they deliver. Another week goes by. Mind you, this has been 2.5 to 3 weeks since he originally purchased. And still, I checked the shorts as of June 26th. They're sitting in that same facility waiting to scan. Last week, I checked again, and they're still there. What that means is the package has been lost. It hasn't been scanned in a while because no one knows where it is. I called the post office, and I, at this point, had 2 cases like this. So I let them know about this one and the other one as well. And they gave me case numbers for them and said, I'll try and reach out and have someone call you back from that facility if they find it. Well, guess what? It's been over a week and I haven't heard anything. I went on eBay yesterday, and at this point it's been past a month since he originally purchased. Still has not received the shorts, and he left me negative feedback. After I settled down from my heart beating really fast, I read the comment, and let me just say, I understand this buyer. He ordered something a month ago and hasn't received it, and he paid $36 for it. I would be mad as well, but he just said, I never got my package, and the seller never responded to my messages. I understand his frustration, but I sent him 3 or 4 messages going back and forth, kind of keeping him updated on what I was doing. The only thing with that I could say is that I should have been more proactive rather than reactionary. So I should have been following up a little more timely rather than letting this go. Immediately I called eBay, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. But I also got a second case, not a case, but a lost package. And this was on a $50 pair of sandals that were brand new. They were the brown Olakais I talked about in another video. They were sent, and same thing, except it hasn't been as long of time. I think I sent them out at the very end of June. So on July 3rd, they stopped tracking. So on July 3rd, they said they were in Michigan, and it was July 13th yesterday, and still they had not moved since the 3rd. And the guy lives in Michigan. So they're there somewhere, the guy's expecting them, and he hasn't received them. I called eBay on these 2 cases because I'm thinking, this never happens. What is eBay gonna do? I know some of you think that USPS is awful and late and loses packages. Up until this point, they've been great for me. And just because of a couple of bad experiences, I'm not gonna say they're awful. All my encounters have been, for the most part, great. So I'll keep that in mind. But frustrating experience, and I had to address it. So what do? I call eBay and I say, look, I got negative feedback for this package that was lost that is out of my control because I uploaded tracking. Now this is the key. If you're a seller, you really need to upload tracking. One, because if you don't, you're not in the times. With Amazon and all this tracking and computerized tech savvy stuff, you really need to provide tracking for your buyers. So I had done that. And two, if you do that, eBay will protect you if you have a case. Knowing this in the back of my mind, I thought eBay may take care of me. So I spoke to the guy and I said, look, here's the tracking number on the first item, the Columbia shorts. And he pulled it up and he said, let me see if you're protected. And he said, yeah, you uploaded tracking. But the issue was that they had tried to deliver. They attempted to deliver once, and then I guess it was on its way back out of the state and it got stuck in that facility somewhere in Georgia, and now it's gone. Because they tried to deliver and couldn't, I don't know why, they're saying it's not the buyer's fault. So I had opened a case. I was hoping eBay would close it, and he said, we're gonna close this case in your favor. We're gonna remove the feedback, and so you don't have to worry about anything, you don't have to refund him, you're okay. Put yourself in this buyer's shoes, which I had to do. If you just ordered something and spent $36, you paid for it, it never came, for whatever reason, it came but it got lost, I would expect my full money too. So I'm thinking, he's gotta get refunded, that's without question. But eBay had ruled in my favor, and so they were saying you don't have to do anything and we're gonna remove the feedback, which is great. I didn't want the feedback, but at the same point, I knew that wasn't right. And they said you can work out whatever agreement you want with the buyer. And I'm like, well, can eBay cover the refund? In this case, return his money since I uploaded tracking and I'm protected. And here was their response. Because the USPS tried to deliver and the item came back, they can no longer protect him and they cannot return his money because they tried to deliver. That doesn't feel right to me in helping this guy. So I sent him a message, I returned his full amount. The shorts I will probably never see again. They may end up delivering to him, and if they do, I'll just say, you know what, keep the shorts because you shouldn't have had to wait that long anyways. Item number two, the sandals, because the buyer had not opened a case yet, they couldn't do anything. So eBay was like, we can't do anything until he opens a case. So what I said, because the sandals, unlike the shorts, have not attempted to deliver. They're just stuck in a regional facility. So I told the guy, you need to open a case, say item not received, and then once you open that case, eBay can then rule in your favor and give you a refund. Because I uploaded tracking, I should not be responsible. eBay should eat this cost, which the sandals are $50. So they will refund him the $50 and then it will be nil on my side. So I will not be charged, or should not be charged, $50 for those sandals. eBay will eat it. And the reason is because I uploaded tracking, and it's what they're trying to do to promote eBay as a seller protected platform. So that was the kind of bummer news, and I'm sorry for that being long. I didn't know how else to shorten it. And now for the good news. So if you're new to my channel, you may not know that my wife and I, and our cat Nori, who you may have seen earlier, just moved here from Denver, Colorado, and we are in Northwest Arkansas. So we moved here and we're in this house that has been great. It's a newer house and we're just here temporarily renting it until we could find a house. And the first house that we went to see, we absolutely fell in love with. It's a great house. Most importantly, it's got a garage to store my inventory, so I no longer have to do the back and forth to the storage unit. This house is amazing, and we are so excited to move in. We are under contract. Our offer was accepted, so the first house we went and looked at, we made an offer and it was accepted. We close in about 3.5 weeks, and we will get to move everything over there and finally get settled into where our life is gonna be for a while. And honestly, I couldn't be more happy because for the last probably 6 months since January of this year, my business has kind of been in limbo, and expectedly so, just with the crazy season and moving. I've reduced my inventory way down, and now I am ready to build it back up to where it's flowing again and where I'm selling consistently where I was. And so I'm ready to get back into the rhythm. I'm ready to get my home office set up. So we close in the middle of August and we'll be moving after that. And at some point after we move, which is still a few weeks away, I'll do a video and show you kind of our new setup there. So my home office setup there and, a little bit of inside our house, which will be exciting for me to show you. So thank you for watching this video and joining along in this adventure. I know there are a lot of updates today, but I wanted to bring you along and just share with you some of the things happening in our lives besides just the normal eBay day-to-day stuff. So before I go, I just want to say, if you're not subscribed to my channel, now is the time to subscribe. Click that button, get subscribed, and you will find hopefully some helpful tips for you that really help get your business up and going, or just some things to fine tune it here and there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, guys. It really helps me out. And lastly, if you have any questions or comments, message me below in the comments of this video. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning along with me and my dad as we went to thrift stores and got some sweet scores. I hope that you are finding some things as well. Happy selling to you and have a great week, guys. Until the next video. Bye.